Okay, Lady Ada, what is this going on right now?
All right, welcome to another post-Thanksgiving turkey coma show and tell. We stuffed ourselves with starches, and now we're working on electronics. Maybe you guys worked on electronics over the long weekend too.
Yeah, you did.
I did. I totally did.
You played Vectrix, you had turkey.
I played Vectrix, played turkey, did some layout. I sent out some boards prototype. Okay, so we're going to have people show off their projects.
All right.
As usual, mute your mic until it is your time. You'll know your time because we'll be like, it's your time.
All right.
And then step up to the plate and show off your project. We'll start with Tony.
Tony from Adafruit Northwest. What you got going on this week?
Hey, yeah. So I've got a little bit of a it's not out yet, don't ask kind of a thing right here. So I've been playing with the Adafruit I/O beta site, which is the Internet of Things kind of platform that we're working on. And I'll show you real quickly a neat little demo I've been doing with an Arduino Yun and the Geiger counter that I was showing last week. So this is just the Mighty Ohm Geiger counter kit. And the neat thing is it has a serial output, so it'll output the number of clicks per second that it has. And it goes into an Arduino Yun here, which can run Python scripts and things like that. So I've got a Python script that's reading the Geiger counter and sending it up to Adafruit I/O site. And it's all just web APIs that it uses, so it's nothing too fancy, and you'll be able to use it on a bunch of different platforms. And I've got it on a granite tile here, so I read that granite is a little bit more radioactive than most things. Like, I guess it has a little bit of uranium inside of it. You really can't tell, though, like it's all kind of background.
But just aware that people get, because it's...
Yeah, right, the old stuff, right, where they didn't really know any better and put some kind of nasty...
Yeah.
So I'll do a quick screen share here.
Sometimes our web searches are probably weird when we work on projects. Radioactive kitchen temperature. So, by the way, this is the first live demo of Adafruit.io ever.
I haven't even seen it. They won't let me see it.
You're kind of the ultimate beta tester. So this is it, everybody.
Yeah. So and it's all kind of in beta, so don't nothing's final here. But I've just been playing it with today and kind of got this up and running in an hour or two. And so every 15 seconds, it's sending a new reading over to the site here. And you can see this is the dashboard that I built. And you can also tell it updates in real time. So as I'm watching this, new readings are being sent from the Geiger counter. And in the upper left here, this is the dose, which is in microsieverts per hour. And like a 5 or 6 sievert dose would be a fatal one. So luckily we're way below that.
Stay away from those sieverts, Tony.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your units right.
Right. And then the clicks per minute and the clicks per second, these are actually the raw output of what it's counting. So the Geiger tube, every time it has a click, that's basically like a particle, radioactive particle that hit it. And so it counts over time how many clicks it gets and then converts that into sieverts here. But it's a really neat platform so far. I mean, basically I'm just sending data in here, and you can go and edit the dashboard. So if I want to move things around, I can drag and change where stuff is and build like a whole dashboard of data here. And it's made up of things called feeds and streams. So it's basically just data. So a stream is a measurement. So there's a stream for the Geiger dose here. There's a stream for the clicks per minute. And those roll up into a feed, and then you build a dashboard by picking the feeds. You can see there's a few bugs. Like I'm not really formatting the numbers that I send, so it gets some floating point noise there.
That's great.
And what's cool about this, and you can add this maybe for a future show and tell demo, is let's say if the radiation level got too high, you could push stuff the other way and have like a physical alert happen where you're at.
Exactly, yeah. So that's one thing that I haven't done. I'm basically just showing off data coming from the device to the I/O site. But that's the next thing that you can do is, have a button or a slider or some kind of value that you change on the dashboard and send something to the device here. So, maybe I want to turn it off or do something like that, or you could build like lights and things that you can control with it. So, it's pretty slick, and it's coming along pretty nicely. It seems like just real simple and easy to get started with.
That was the goal of it, and thank you for showing this demo. If you could do a log of how often Carmen's in the cat box.
I want to go to a website called Is Carmen in the Box? And yes or no.
Yeah. Well, I would like to have like a graph over time to see how much time Carmen spends in the box, because we've been we've been trying to train MOSFET to hang out in the box because we're jealous.
It's not going so well.
But I just want to know.
Put him in the box, he jumps out.
Yeah.
Put him in the box, he jumps out.
Yeah. So okay.
Oh yeah, yep. And we've got the
I know.
See?
Yeah.
Okay, cat's in the box.
Cat's in the box. All right.
See the ears
Okay,
sticking out.
I think the room filled up before Noah and
Yeah,
Pedro
it
can
did,
get
it
here.
did,
So
it did.
let's start next with, let's see who came in.
Who's next on the?
Well,
You want to do some new people?
yeah, I think so. The
Let's
folks
do-
who came in, Lumen.
Lumen.
Hey, Lumen, how's it going? Unmute your mic and show us your project.
Lumen up.
Hi, I'm Robin.
Hello.
Lumen
What's
is
up?
my company.
Oh wow, that's a cool necklace.
Yeah, it's one of the kits that we make. I'll hold it up closer.
Is that what you're here to show as well?
Yeah, we make solar-powered LED kits as well as finished jewelry.
Wow, it's a skull
I like the
that
resistor
blinks,
teeth.
and it's resistor teeth.
What?
No, it's a skull and there's eyes and there's resistor teeth. That's really cool.
Yeah, and then at the top there's little black squares. Those are the solar panels that feed it. And then this is a USB tab at the bottom in case you want to quick charge it. But like it charges itself throughout the day when you wear it.
Oh wow.
Oh, neat.
Should we be selling these in the Adafruit store?
You could if you wanted to.
Okay. Maybe send an email.
Yes,
Right
Yes.
now we sell them on our Etsy store. So.
Okay.
But
Well,
what I really wanted to show off was our latest design that we're doing.
oh, it's a spider.
It's an octopus actually.
Sorry, octopus. Sorry. At least I got the number of legs right.
Yeah.
Oop. Okay.
Okay, so you got octopus, and it's also got the solar cell on it.
Yeah, the solar cells are in the legs. I don't know if you can see in the detail.
They're very small. I think I see these little glow. Yeah, these little dots. And then it's,
Yeah, they're not actually solar panels. They're photodiodes
okay.
that we turned into solar panels. They can produce electricity too. So, yeah.
I like it. It looks ornate, like it's got jewels
Yeah.
in it. I mean,
Mhm.
These are beautiful.
Yeah, I sealed it in epoxy, so that makes it look nice and shiny, and it protects it so it doesn't short out.
Well, this is great. Well, when you email support@adafruit.com, just put a special note. Please send this to Phil, and I'll follow up with you. We'd love to figure out if we could stock these in the Adafruit store. And we have some sensors that you might want to play around with. So we have ideas for jewelry. We just don't get time for it, but we make the components. So you could do something like a color sensor, where when the jewelry sees a color, it'll change color based on that. So maybe we can email you.
Yeah,
all right.
that'd be cool.
Fantastic. These are great. Can you hold up the skull one again in front of the camera? That's my favorite one.
Go.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Don't forget to email support@adafruit.com. You get to see it on the show and tell sticker.
Yeah, they can go in the back.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Next up. So we have folks come in this way. I'm going to start here. Yeah, I'm going to start this way.
Okay.
Next up is Timothy. Hello, Timothy Reese. How are you? Unmute your mic and show us your project.
I'm good. Can you guys hear me? Check. Hello.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you yet.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. You sound great.
Okay, cool. I had to change mics. So I have been working, I just finished a really long-term project that I started probably back in April, and I needed to have a really large MIDI controller that I could use to chop up a lot of samples that I was using for live stuff. So I just wanted to show you guys what that was. I have to actually do a screen share because it's I can't get it on camera, so I'll have to show it that way. But
cool.
And sharing now. So sweet. Okay. So I'll show you the video. This is a video of it basically, and it's about 3.5 feet wide.
Oh my God, this is huge.
And it's about 6,500 solder connections. It was kind of intense. But
Oh, that's so cute. You get the little like covers for the safety buttons. Yeah.
yeah, I found those from a really great supplier, like in Shanghai, and they actually made the order like extend out another like 3 weeks just to make them come in. But it's basically it's got like it's 140 buttons, 144 buttons, like 16 knobs, and I've got quite a bit of quite a bit of Adafruit stuff in here. It all actually started because of the clock, and I wanted to have a clock on stage, and everything just kind of spiraled out of control from there.
Yeah, before you know it, you're like, I need like 665 buttons, and they're all different colors, and like switches and knobs. I like the clear toggle switches. Those are super cute.
Those I think those are actually Formula One switches, like the ones they use in Formula One racing cars. And I found them randomly. I think they're made by NKK in Japan.
Yeah, no, NKK stuff's great, but it's like expensive.
So expensive, yeah. That's the most expensive part of the whole project. And then I've got a shot here of the sort of. I actually so the Associated We All graphic is the acrylic backplating you guys use. Like yeah. And I've got it wired in backwards from an Adafruit trinket. So basically, every time I touch the Bluetooth keyboard, which is the see if I can find a shot of it. That right there in the top right is I've got wired into a Bluefruit, and so every time you actually, it's always on except whenever you push a key, and then it sort of strobes, so I know it's been hit.
And this is MIDI or is this a keyboard?
It's MIDI and it has a built-in Bluetooth keyboard.
It's everything.
It's everything, yeah, and it's also got a full-size mechanical embedded as well.
Okay, this is like epic. It's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, not only you get see it on the show and tell sticker, if you take photos or anything, please send it to us. We'd love to post up about this. I think this is the most impressive keyboard controller that we've seen so far.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. Yeah.
You said this started out as like a clock or something?
Yeah, it started as a clock, and then it became this.
Oh, my God.
So it got a little bit out of control.
Wow, those are all the perma-protos underneath?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ribbon cabling for all the...
Wow, it's like 500 Adafruit PIDs right there.
I was one of the few people that actually qualified for those extra protos over and over and over and over again.
I told you that's the best freebie.
I'm glad we switched out. Otherwise, this thing would be made out of the PCB rulers.
Yeah, I didn't get a single one of those somehow. I missed all of it.
Okay.
But, yeah.
All right, Timothy. Well, thank you so much. Don't forget to email support@adafruit.com. Excellent work.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Wiring. Okay, I don't even know what to call this. It's like simple. It's like the MIDI sample controller mod.
Oh, I called it the Forge. That's what I called it.
Forge, yes.
Okay, next up, McAllister. McAllister, unmute your mic and show us your project.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, all right.
Alright, so like I promised in my last video, I put the As Seen on Tell sticker on the Dead Now costume. And so today, I don't really have like an Arduino project. It's actually quite a bit of voltage project. It's a I do 4-H here in my county, or my grandparents' county. And so what it is right here, this is all galvanized threaded pipe from plumbing. And then right here, I have a little bell box, which I believe it's 4. I'm gonna use my little trusty Adafruit ruler. Yeah. It's a 4-inch bell box, and it just has a little cover, and I have a little switch and an outlet, so it's more of an update. I'm not completely done. And there you can see some wiring, and then up here at the top, you can kind of see this little 90-degree elbow. I have one of these little lamp sockets that I've kind of taken apart to resolder the connection on it. That will go right here, and so it'll be a lamp, then I'll have 2 outlets and a switch, and then I found some extension cord, like wire, and then cut off the end and put my own plug on it, because 4-H requires that you have to have your own plug and all that stuff. And then while I was working at that, I really wanted to use these little ring terminals for the grounding, which makes it a heck of a lot easier, so you don't have to have all those wires coming in to that one little junction for all the grounding. And so I have a little trick to using it. I have my wire cutters here, and these are the ones that you just crimp for like electricians, and you can just cut off that blue or yellow or red stuff. And then what I've been doing is there. So now I got all that blue stuff off, and then inside you just put a little bit of flux on the wire, and it'll just a tad bit inside, and then you stick your wire in and solder right there, and it makes a perfect grounding source. And if you need it to bend, they bend real easy.
All right, so this is a 4-H project that to get like a badge or a grade.
Yeah, last year I did, what was it? Oh yeah, it was extension cord, which I could get real quick.
Well, he has
He's
it.
off. That's cool. You had 4-H when you grew up. I didn't.
Yeah, and you know what's cool is 4-H is one of the organizations that has been really updating, and so they do have a lot of things
great.
to do. Yeah.
Electrician skills is super handy.
Yeah, when I did an article about the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, 4-H, and other youth organizations, and 4-H is one of them that actually has a lot of new things. So this is probably part of like Like they have electronics and some other.
Electricity. Oh, a nice bright lamp.
Yeah.
Last year, they gave you the whole kit. You had to build your own little troubleshoot lamp. You had to put on your own little cable, and I got an honors on it. And then the year before that, I had a little magnetic shake light where there was a magnet and an AC generator, then with a built-in rectifier and a super capacitor to where it could hold the charge on the LED for a long time. And the year before that, I had a little, like my first circuit board etching.
Awesome. All right, we have like a bunch more people. I want to talk to you all day about electricity, but we have to move on.
So this is probably part of they have electronics and some other. There we go. There's a little bit of echo. Thank you.
Right, thank you.
Email support@adafruit.com. You get as seen on the show and tell sticker. Next up is Richard. Looks like Richard, you have a 3D printer going on. Richard, unmute your mic and show us your project. Maybe it's a laser.
It's a little noisy here. I'm going to dial down my ventilator a bit. So this is actually a laser cutter at a Makerspace, and I just wanted to show you I'm cutting out some of my robot chassis here.
Oh, cool.
And let me actually just pause that because it'll probably get pretty stinky in here if I let that go for too long. But so yeah, I've got essentially all my my string in place here, and I just kind of wanted to show you around the Makerspace that is helping me out with this. So this is the Soto Makerspace in Seattle, and they've got lots of cool stuff. Of course, the really awesome laser cutter that I'm using, plus a couple of 3D printers that they have set up, including one of the new Maker bots. And then they have a gigantic CNC mill here. And we've also got my little Shapeoko mill that actually I did crowdfunding to get. And so I just wanted to show that off. It's not really cutting anything right now, but it's just kind of drawing the Adafruit logo in the air.
Cool. You guys have great equipment. That's awesome that you guys have a sweet makerspace to work on your projects with. I'm jealous of the Shapeoko. That's really nice. We have a little other mill, but it's not very big.
Yeah, I've finally gotten it dialed in to where it's working. I've been busy manufacturing the robot, so I haven't had a lot of time to spend it. But I mean, it's a pretty cool machine, especially for the price. And I've been keeping it at this makerspace because I figured this is a good way for kids and people who aren't familiar with big machines to learn on something like this before they move over to the granddaddy CNC over there.
Totally. Beautiful shop. All right, thank you so much. We have to move on. Otherwise, I would look at robots all day. That's my hobby.
All right, send an email to support@adafruit.com. Get as seen on the show and tell sticker.
You can put on that Shapeoko.
All right.
Or laser cutter.
So, next up we got John. Hey, John, how's it going?
Got some resistors.
John Sanford.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got a couple minutes and show us your project. It looks like you got some giant electronics, or they're zoomed in.
Oh, there it is. All right. This is, you see the Fenstock clips?
Yeah. This is like a breadboard.
Yeah, old time. I decided that my eyes are getting too weak, and this is another octopus.
Yeah.
I don't know why they call it that, but it's a thing to test transistors with an oscilloscope. And I'm using big parts. See the pattern here of the this thing.
Yeah, it's a base collector emitter base collector, so you can put either way.
Yeah, and the real breakthrough here is the brass copper tacks, and the substrate, the board is the veneer flooring that's real thin. I think you can see the edge. And if I drill holes for the tacks, because the copper will just bend if I try to nail them in. And then they were shiny. I've had them for years, and it just took a little flux, and I could solder right to them like that Manhattan style. And then these things here are for the meter and the battery, so that I can see what I'm doing. And then there's an XY, hook it up to the oscilloscope and look at the curve. But I mostly wanted to show the another way of making a breadboard rather than, because the solderless ones are, sometimes they don't quite connect, and my parts are all different sizes and stuff like that. So that's it for me.
Okay, this is really cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah. It's like a little, like watching a still life.
Yeah,
I guess I'm also showing off my close-up thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the close-ups are nice. People ask why breadboards are called breadboards. And actually reading Art of Electronics, and they actually, like we're saying, breadboards actually were bread boards, and you would have nails, and you would would solder this way. So that's a old but very effective way of making radio circuits. Right. Thank you, John, for teaching us.
All right.
Very cool. Well, email support@adafruit.com, and you get to ask on the show and tell sticker, of course. Okay, next up we're gonna we're gonna do red, and then we're gonna go to.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we're gonna go to.
We have a lot of people.
Okay, red.
Okay, red.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. So yeah, first up, move Hans out the way. I've got just a very simple matrix hooked up to to 3 different potentiometers that control the red, green, and blue channel. So that was just a part of a bigger project that I'm working on, and I'll update that later. But I thought it was a good example of using like the map function in the Arduino library to translate the voltages over to RGB values. So I might do a pull request to the example on the NeoPixel library for that, or a separate repo that I'll add. But then the other project that I've got, I wanted to give you a before shot. So this is my grandfather's soldering station.
Oh, that's nice.
And, I had ignored it for a while. I found it in storage. So it's got 2 irons on the side.
Solder both left and right.
Right. And so I guess it's if you want like 2 different tips and different irons. But yeah, there's space for your solder reel, all the tools. So my plan here is to basically clean this up and maybe do a few modifications with it. And so we can see on the back here, it's got this switch that controls the light, the sockets on the back, and then this lamp here indicates that the iron's on. So I thought maybe the first mod that I would do would be to individually control the irons. So I will keep you posted.
All right.
This is sweet. This is like Richard. You need to build one of these because you're like halfway there. You've got the outlet and the lamp connector. You like turn this into this epic soldering station. This looks awesome. There's like it looks like a screwdrivers and like little tools on the side. That's handy.
Okay.
Yeah. Fuse is built in. The bottom here is padded, so it won't scuff the surface.
Okay. And this was your father's or your grandfather's?
Grandfather, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's only missing a show and tell sticker.
That is old school.
Awesome.
So please email support@adafruit.com and you'll get a sticker. Okay. So we got 2 more people to get through. So
you get TA.
You get TA, and then we're gonna do C.
Show
Scott.
off your thing fast so you can go to C. Scott.
Yeah. So unmute your mic and show us your project.
Oh.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So I have an update to my project from last week, the sensory device. I've been 3D printing a bunch of structures or enclosures, and I got a nice build so far. So this is the screen I have from before, and I made a nice enclosure that encompasses it and has a nice spot for the electronics and a nice lid for to close it up.
That's nice.
So the closure is about a third way done. So it's gonna go like this.
Okay.
And I have a few of my other previous prototype here, and a prototype for the bottom piece. Probably have those on maybe a week. And I also wanted to, and the second thing I wanted to show is I wanted to show my Makerspace. Someone else in the video beat me to the idea. But I really wanted to kind of get it out there that people that are interested in electronics should seek out their local makerspaces and get more involved in the community. So here's my makerspace. I'll start from the beginning real quick. It's like a multi-room workshop. We have people with their big projects. We have one room dedicated to 3D printers. So we got a cube Duo, the large 10 by 10 printer, and then we have one of the earlier PrinterBot Plus printers, and we have one of our members has a pick and place machine that he made.
Oh wow!
Cute.
Over here with the gantry style, just like the 3D printers, and then our work area over here with our soldering stations and desks and computers for programming. And we also do classes too. So like a lot of maker spaces do like little intro classes that a lot of people are like looking for and are interested in. So, and we do a lot of metal work too. So, all people of all professions and backgrounds can come. The next part has a little noise in it, so I'm going to mute it real quick. But I just wanted to show you the extent of.
All right.
Okay, this is the quiet part. This is the.
Yeah, it's muted because there's a bunch of machines going on.
Machines. There's laser cutters.
Yeah.
And venting and tools and.
Yeah, and for the folks out there, we do reseller wholesale discounts for maker spaces. So a lot of them self-fund the resell Adafruit stuff. So we have that as part of our program. It's worked out really well.
Shape Boko type thing.
Yeah, and so new rule: retro hardware is okay, and showing off maker spaces, hacker spaces.
You can always show off your workspace.
Yeah, and workspaces.
Totally
okay,
cool.
So those are now things. All right.
Thank you so much, ETA. That's a really awesome workspace.
Thank you so much. So in addition
thank you.
In addition to the as seen on the show and tell sticker, put a little note. We'd like to send you the 3 laws of robotics poster for your makerspace.
Awesome. We'll definitely post it up and I'll put a show and tell sticker right on the door of the makerspace.
All right.
Okay. It was in fact seen on show and tell.
And last up, C. Scott has an update, and I have a feeling there's going to be some music.
Take it away.
Hey guys. Should be pictured is the little Arduino shield I did for a 4-channel MIDI CV. Well, I actually finished the 4-channel part. As you can see, I've dialed up, some Vangelis. That's all coming through the same Crobiec system that. Let me pop this off of the screen share real quick. But you've seen this machine in the past over here. Well, now the stock MIDI controller is disconnected, and I just have my my Arduino shield and jack board all wired into it here with the red cabling. But as soon as I tweak the code a little bit more, I'll GitHub that, and people can make them or whatever. It's a stepping stone because I need to build an 8-voice version of the key assigner for the 8-voice project that you've seen me go on about here and there. But I've also managed to get to the panel layout phase for the front panel.
Nice panel.
This is the front panel for the Euro version. This is the one that's 5 1/4 inches tall. It's a floppy disk height, if people remember those. But this one I'm trying to get ready for the NAMM show in January, which gives me about a month and a half before it has to be in the hands of the people that want to demonstrate the device. But the 4-channel unit does 2 modes of conversion. Right now it's set for linear output because this is an exponential response VCO system. But you can also flip a dip switch and it'll become expo output for linear VCOs like on the little micro and mini boards that you've seen. I have a few extra dip switches. I'll probably do one for key assign modes. Right now it just does least recently used is what we call it, because if you play 4 notes and then you have to play a 5th one, it steals the least recently played one. In other words, the first one I played when I played the 4 notes. But you can do other note stealing algorithms. It depends on the kind of instrument you're playing, because guitarists want to hear a different harmonic when you play the fifth note versus a keyboard player wants to hear the attack of the new note. It becomes arcana at this point. So you give them options. And then I want to do like my DAC's accurate enough. I want to do micro tuning tables. Like right now, you just have equal tempered notes. I just scaled the DAC across 60 notes from 0 to 5 volts. But you can do a whole number of harmonic ratios or Pythagorean ratios. I just have to sit down and tinker with it. And,
okay, we'll play us out. We're going to start asking engineer in just a minute. So
people are like, where are you? Where's the show?
So jam out. All right. Thank you, everybody. This is the show and tell. We'll see anyone who wasn't able to make it. The room was full this week. Maybe next week, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So busy, but this week was crazy.
It's all busy.
It filled up in like 1 minute.
All right. So thank you, everyone. We'll see you on Ask an Engineer in 5 minutes or less.